Hey everyone, welcome into the Flippin' Hippos YouTube channel. I'm Star. If you're new here or you haven't yet, please consider subscribing and don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Today is Wednesday, December 11th, so it's the middle of the week and it's time for Midweek Motivation. This is the video every week where I give you a pep talk or a kick in the butt while you watch me work. Hopefully you brought something with you to work on as well, so everybody is being productive whilst getting motivated. Today we're going to talk about one of my favorite things to talk about. I am a huge supporter of work-life balance. You guys know that. I think in order for you to be good at work, you have to find the balance of life. But in order to have a good life, you have to balance it out with enough work so that you're making enough money. It all goes hand in hand. But specifically today, we're going to talk about work-life balance during the holidays. The holidays are very busy, and it can be easy for even the most balanced person to get out of balance this time of year. Someone who spends all year having perfect work-life balance can absolutely get wrapped up in the hustle and the bustle during the holidays of work or life, either way. You still have to have a balance. It's okay to take time off. So don't think I'm saying, you have to balance your life with work all through Christmas and all the holidays. Obviously, you can take time off to recharge or spend time with family and friends. And that's what the balance is about. This is a very busy season for many people, both with reselling and their jobs. So it's also very easy to get anxious and stressed out. So finding that balance and taking the time to care for yourself and just breathe and do some self-care and reflections, that can also help you keep your stress levels and your anxieties down. Finding the balance is so crucial, but especially during the holidays. If you're not balancing, especially during the holidays, it is so easy to get burnout. During the holidays, many resellers do find themselves working longer hours. If you're selling more, you're shipping more, you're listing more, all of that. So you may be putting in an extra hour or two to keep up with everything. That's a good thing. We all like making money. However, very easily leads to burnout. It's tempting to push ourselves to the absolute limit to capitalize on all these sales and the seasonal demand, but it's not a good idea to constantly push yourself to the limit. If you need to work extra hours, take breaks, and take breaks often. Just get up and stretch, take a 5-minute loop around your house, get some fresh air, but make sure you're taking those breaks. When we're tired and we are overworked, it is harder to focus, make decisions. You're more likely to not provide great customer service or exceptional customer service when you're feeling a little snippy. And you can't take care of your family or yourself or your pets or anybody else when you're tired and you're grouchy. You cannot pour from an empty cup, right? So you have to make sure that you're not pushing yourself to your ultimate limits. Taking just a few minutes here and there and taking breaks throughout the day and drinking plenty of water and getting fresh air and exercise, that all helps to ensure that you remain energized, clear-headed, and productive. The work-life balance isn't just about reducing stress. It's about recharging yourself, your energy, your creativity, and your mental health. So when you take time off from work, whether it's to spend with family or pursue a hobby, you're giving yourself time to recharge your batteries. You're resting, you're relaxing, you're creating a mental health space that's healthy, and so you can return to work stronger. When you're well rested, you feel better, and you handle challenges more calmly. The holidays are a time for connection for most of us. It's a time for family, friends, pets, loved ones. But I also have friends who are single or empty nesters who celebrate in a way that looks different to everyone. Maybe you order Chinese food and watch movies, but whatever your holiday celebrations look like to you, this is the time of year where many of us are stopping and slowing down a little bit and taking a little bit of time off. It is super important to spend time with friends, family, your pets, or even just by yourself so that you can relax and recharge. It's really essential to your mental health and your well-being. Resellers often get caught up in the business side of things. Don't forget to nurture your personal relationships and nurture yourself. Self-care is important. I think one of the most important things folks can learn is setting boundaries and learning how to say no. One of the most effective ways to maintain your mental health and your work-life balance is by setting clear boundaries. The holiday might blur those lines just a little bit because it's a busier time of year and sales are tempting. For example, I, throughout the rest of the year, am out of this office by 6 p.m. I'm done. And I don't work weekends. However, during the holidays, sometimes I will be in my office till 7 o'clock. Or I'll put in a half a day on a Saturday or a full day on a Saturday. Because it is very easy to blur these lines during the holidays. We're all a lot busier. Keith and I are working hard on our guides to get those out for you in January. Just remember to still take some downtime. So even if you're putting in longer hours or working weekends, make sure you still have time set aside for yourself. Make sure you're taking that downtime. And take a couple days off for the holidays. You're not avoiding work or being lazy. You're just maintaining that balance and you're creating boundaries. If you are a social media person, I always suggest creating boundaries. If you have work hours or you don't want to answer people's questions or help on the weekends, you don't have to. Most of us help people for free. We get paid, by YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and such. But most of us are giving our answers and our help for free. And even if people are paying you, it's still okay to say these are my office hours and this is when I'm not available. It's okay to say no. It's okay to set boundaries. It's okay to have office hours. You can even tell yourself, I'm not going to check emails after work. I'm going to take a break from social media. I'm going to be intent during the holidays and spending time with my family and friends and not look at my phone. There's a lot of different ways you can set boundaries, and I cannot reiterate this enough. It's okay to set boundaries. It's okay to tell people no. The long-term benefits of balance is the ability to work when you work and live when you live, and you will have a clear line of demarcation. It's important to organize your house in such a way that you have a work area and a living area so that the two aren't overlapping. But once you learn how to get that balance, set those boundaries, you learn how to live, I guess, more in the moment. So when you are working, you are giving it 100% and you are working, you are being productive. You're going to have good processes in place because you have 8 hours to accomplish all of these things. But then when it's time to live, you can really fully live in the moment and you're not constantly worried or feeling bad because maybe you didn't accomplish everything you set out to do that day. You really learn how to separate and really live in the moment. It's a really good benefit. It's a really good life to have when you can relax in the evening and not worry about work until the morning. You don't have to have FOMO about work. You really don't. It'll be here. If you ship every day or every other day, that stuff will be there when you come in to ship. You don't have to worry about it while you're eating dinner or watching a movie with family. You don't have to worry about it while you're out shopping with friends or even when you're by yourself reading a book. Focus on the book. Immerse yourself in the book or the show that you're watching. Don't worry about work. Don't feel FOMO about work. Things will get listed and things will get shipped during the time you set aside for your job. It's so easy to blur these lines and become a workaholic, for lack of a better term. Just because you're your own boss and just because we do work harder for ourselves than we ever did for anyone else doesn't mean we are not entitled to time off and relaxation, setting boundaries again, and making that clear line between work and life. So here's some really good tips for how to build a better work-life balance during the holidays, but you can apply this all year. Plan your time. You guys hear me talk about bullet journals and planners on here all the time. When you plan your time, when you set aside blocks of time for specific tasks throughout the day, it's easier for you to allocate, set good routines in place, and get precise procedures in place for how you're going to do your processes and be more productive. That was a whole lot of big words in one sentence, but it's all very true. When you have a planner and you're planning your day, you're planning your time, you're planning your tasks, it's really easy to get more done in the day, to see where you are struggling and to see where you are strong and get all that work done so you can relax on your time off. If you have employees, VAs, helpers, shippers, delegate. You don't have to do everything yourself. If you have kids home for Christmas break, pay them to help you with shipping. It's okay to let others do stuff for you. And if you're just doing this on your own and you're by yourself, remember, not everything has to be perfect. And that's coming from me, the perfectionist. Sometimes even I have to learn to let go and realize good enough is good enough. Set realistic goals. Just don't overwhelm yourself with unattainable targets. So set goals that are achievable and celebrate every single win along the way. Reward yourself. And here's a good one. Practice saying no. Practice it. You can turn down additional work, holiday commitments, if they threaten your well-being or your ability to recharge. It's okay to say no. Step back, breathe, and enjoy those moments outside of work. Your customers are still going to be there. eBay's still going to be there. Your business is still going to be there. Like I said, when it's time to ship and list, it's time to ship and list. You can't get back a Christmas Eve with your family. You can't get back a nice evening in front of a fireplace. You can't get back the moments of life, but your business will be there. I'm not saying to ignore you, but it's balance. You've got to put in a full work day, a full work week, but I want you to do that so that you can live fully in the moment when you are off work. It is so important because if you aren't in a mentally healthy place, if you are not taking care of yourself, if you are not allowing yourself to recharge, if you are overextending yourself, you are no good for anyone else. Earlier, I said you can't pour from an empty cup, and that's really important to remember. But also remember what they tell you on an airplane. You always put your oxygen mask on before you help others. You have to help yourself or you are no good for anyone else or your business. So enjoy this holiday season and really work on finding that balance. This is a difficult, stressful, anxious time of year. Harder to find the balance, but it's more important to find that balance right now. So go work on that. I will be helping you as we get towards the end of the year, setting up planners, routines, menu planning, all the good things in your life that allow you to have good routines in place so you can find that balance. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.